Welcome to OFAR. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you step by step on how to assemble the Idanäs bifolding door cabinet. For this build, you need a Phillips screwdriver or a Phillips drill bit, a level, a hammer, a pencil, an extra person for some of the steps, and the Allen key that IKEA gives you. You should also get a 5/16 inch drill bit if you're securing the cabinet to concrete or drywall, and a 1/8 inch drill bit if you're attaching it to wooden studs. You can also use a posi drive screwdriver or a bit instead of a Phillips. I would also recommend separating bags 1 and 2 into containers or bowls. This will make things easier to find, and you won't lose any bits and pieces in the process of building. So the first step is to get 2 panels that look like this. The left panel should have these 2 holes in the corner, and the bottom panel should have this indentation closer to the bottom. Basically, just place these 2 panels in this orientation. Then put the bottom panel into the left panel. You basically insert it, and then push it down to lock it in place. Next, take the right panel and secure it in like this. Then from bag 1, grab yourself a dowel, 1 medium-sized screw, and this leg. You'll only be using this medium screw for now. Grab yourself that dowel and hammer it into this hole. Make sure the indentation on the leg is facing up when you're attaching it to the underside. Then grab the medium-sized screw and screw it into this hole using the Allen key. The next step is to secure this panel into the bottom panel. Make sure this notch is facing up. Now grab this piece of wood and put it in this orientation. Then grab yourself 4 wooden dowels. Hammer in the 4 dowels into these 4 holes. Then insert the piece of wood with the 4 dowels on top. Grab yourself the top panel and insert it like this. Make sure the small indentation is running along the bottom. Next, take this small screw and screw it into this hole using the Allen key. Then flip the structure like this. Now you're going to be inserting the backing with the notches facing down. It's going to look something like this. Next, grab 8 of these caps and 8 pins. You'll have a total of 16 pieces as they are combined together to make 8 fasteners. They'll be inserted into these 8 holes. You first put this plastic cap in, and then the plastic pin to secure everything. Then grab these other 16 plastic caps and pins, and insert them into these 8 holes. Again, you'll have a total of 8 caps and 8 pins as they are combined together to make 8 fasteners. To secure the backing to the cabinet, it's going to look like this. Now grab these 2 legs and these 2 wooden pieces. Make sure the 1 little hole on each piece of wood is facing outwards. Then grab 2 metal brackets and 2 small screws. You'll be screwing in the bracket like this, long side up. Do the same for the other bracket. Then attach the 2 pieces of wood to the leg like this. Make sure the metal brackets are facing inwards. Now attach the other side. Next, grab 4 dowels and hammer them into these 4 holes. Then attach the legs like this. Next, grab 4 long screws and screw them into these 4 holes using the Allen key. Then grab 2 small screws and screw them into these 2 holes to secure the bracket to the bottom of the cabinet. Now grab 5 leveling feet and screw them into the bottom of the legs. Then flip the cabinet over onto its feet. You may need another person to help you with this step. Now grab the bag that has the wall hardware. Take these 2 black plastic pieces and insert them like this. Now these next 2 pieces are only going to be attached if you have baseboards. If you don't bother putting them onto the black plastic pieces you just put on. Then place the cabinet against the wall you intend to attach it to. You may need another person to help you with this step. You can now adjust the back of these plastic pieces so the top of the cabinet can be flush with your baseboard. Then check if your cabinet is level. If it isn't, adjust the leveling feet. So this next step is just for demonstration purposes. Take a pencil and make a mark on the wall where these 2 holes are located. Move the cabinet over and drill 2 holes wherever you made those marks. In this case, the wall is made out of drywall, so you'll be using the 5/16 inch drill bit. Then hammer in 2 plastic anchors into the 2 holes you just made. And now you put the washer onto the screw like this and screw it into the plastic anchor. Also add this plastic cap after you screwed it into the wall. Do the same for the other hole as well. After the cabinet is secured to the wall, put these 2 long plastic strips into the grooves. Start from the right side and then push it in gradually to the left side of the cabinet. Next, grab 16 of these shelf pins and start putting them into these holes. Make sure they're all on the same level. You can place them anywhere you want, but IKEA states putting them into these spots is shown. Now you can put the shelves on top of the shelf pins. As you can see, one opening is shorter than the other. Place each shelf so the shorter opening is facing the front. Do this for all 4 shelves. Now grab bag 2 and these 4 cabinet doors. Put them exactly in this orientation. The big holes will be facing outwards and the grooves will be facing inwards. Also make sure that these 4 holes are all aligned. And make sure that this is the shorter length and this is the longer length. Then grab 4 of these black hinges and 16 small screws. On the left pair of doors, the hinges will be placed on top like this. Secure them using 4 screws. Repeat this step for the top. As for the right pair of doors, the hinges will be placed on top like this. Again, repeat this step for the other hinge on top. Now grab these 4 hinges. There are differences between each pair of hinges. The one with the plastic thing sticking out will be put on the bottom like this. Secure it to the doors by screwing in the 2 screws. As for the other hinge, it will be placed on top as shown. Also secure it to the left pair of doors by screwing it in. Do the same for the right pair of doors. Just a heads up, you may screw in the hinges unevenly. Adjust them if they are. Now grab these 4 plastic pieces. Assemble all 4 of these plastic pieces like this. Then simply push them in. When you're finished, it should look something like this. Now grab 8 of these plastic pins and secure each plastic piece. Each plastic piece will need 2 of these pins. Next, grab 2 sets of the black plastic caps and pins and 2 of these long plastic strips. Make sure the shorter side of the strip is facing outwards. Place the other strip like this on the pair of right doors. Now place the plastic cap like this in the middle hole. Secure it with the pin. Do the same for the other side as well. Then grab 8 plastic caps and 8 plastic pins. Insert them into the 8 holes that are located on the plastic strips. Now grab the right door and place it on the right side like this. Make sure the shorter length is facing up. You may need another person to help you out, but now just secure the door by screwing in the 2 screws that are located on each hinge. Then grab the left door and attach it to the left side of the cabinet like this. Again, make sure the shorter length is facing up. Now grab 4 screws and 4 doorknobs. They will be secured into these 4 holes. It will look something like this. Then you'll be unhooking this plastic piece into the top groove and the bottom. Repeat the same steps for the other door. Now grab these 2 plastic guards and 4 of these pins. Each guard will be secured with 2 pins. It'll look something like this. Then you should check if your doors open and close smoothly. You may have to adjust your doors to make them more even. Each cabinet door could have different issues, so if your doors are leaning up or down, play around with this screw. If your doors are too forward or too deep, play around with this screw. And if your doors are leaning too much to one side or the other, first unscrew the screw and then play around with that screw. You should now have a fully assembled Idanäs bifolding door cabinet. Hopefully this tutorial helped you out.